The Heart of Home, a journey of loss and forgiveness. Elena stood in the hallway of her family home, the place where she had grown up and created countless memories. It was a modest house nestled in the quiet suburbs, with a garden her mother had lovingly tended and rooms filled with the echoes of laughter and love. Her parents had passed away a few years ago, leaving the house to her as their final gift. Elena had always planned to keep the house. She envisioned her children running through the same halls she had, creating new memories while honoring the old. It was a piece of her heart, a connection to her past, and a promise for the future. However, the tranquility of her life was shattered when she received a call from her real estate agent Mark with unexpected news. Elena, I have some surprising information. Your mother in law, Carol, has sold your house. The deal was finalized yesterday. Elena's heart dropped. What? That can't be right, Mark. There must be a mistake. How could she sell my house? I'm afraid it's true. She had all the necessary documents and signatures. I assumed you knew about it. Elena hung up, her mind racing. How could Carol do this? She loved her mother in law, but Carol had a tendency to take control of situations, often disregarding the wishes of others. This, however, was beyond anything Elena could have imagined. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Elena drove to Carol's house. She needed answers. When she arrived, she found Carol in the living room, tears streaming down her face. Carol, what's going on? Mark called me about the house. He said you sold it. Carol looked up, her eyes red and puffy. Oh, Elena, I didn't mean to hurt you. I thought I was helping. Helping? By selling my family home without even asking me? I saw how much it weighed on you, maintaining that big house. I thought if I sold it, you could move on, use the money for something else. I had good intentions, really. Elena's anger flared. Good intentions? Carol, that house is all I have left of my parents. You took that away from me without even talking to me first. Carol sobbed harder. I didn't realize. I thought I was doing the right thing. Elena's mind was a storm of emotions. She wanted to scream, to cry, to make Carol understand the depth of her betrayal. But seeing her mother in law's remorseful face, she knew that anger wouldn't solve anything. Carol, she said softly, you can't just make decisions like this for me. That house was my sanctuary, my link to my parents. You've taken that away from me. Carol nodded, tears still streaming down her cheeks. I'm so sorry, Elena. I'll do whatever it takes to make it right. Elena sighed, feeling the weight of the situation settle over her. I don't know if you can, Carol, but we need to figure out something together. The next few days were a blur of phone calls and meetings. Elena, with Carol's help, tried to reverse the sale, but it was too late. The new owners were unwilling to part with their newly acquired home. In the end, Elena had to accept that her family home was gone. It was a painful lesson in forgiveness and the importance of communication. Carol's actions had created a rift, but they also forced a deeper understanding between them. Months later, Elena stood in a new house, one she had chosen with her family's future in mind. It wasn't the same, but it was a fresh start. And this time, every decision was hers. Carol, humbled by her mistake, worked tirelessly to mend their relationship. It was a slow process, but with time, Elena found it in her heart to forgive. The bond between them, though strained, began to heal. And while Elena would always miss her family home, she found solace in the fact that home wasn't just a place. It was the people she loved and the memories they created together, no matter where they were. In the quiet moments of the night, Elena often found herself reminiscing about the old house. She would close her eyes and picture the garden, vibrant with her mother's favorite roses, the sunroom where her father used to read, and the cozy kitchen where she had spent countless hours cooking and chatting with her parents. The memories were bittersweet, but she knew she had to let go and move forward. Elena's husband, Michael, was a constant source of support. He understood her pain and did everything he could to ease her transition. They spent weekends visiting potential new homes, but nothing felt quite right. Elena's heart ached with every viewing, knowing that no place could ever truly replace her childhood home. One Sunday afternoon, as they walked through yet another house, Michael took Elena's hand and led her to a quiet corner. Elena, I know this is hard for you, but remember, a house is just walls and a roof. What makes it a home is us, our family, and the love we bring to it. His words resonated deeply with Elena. She realized that while the physical house was gone, the essence of home was something she could create anew. It was a turning point for her, a moment of clarity amidst the turmoil. They eventually found a charming house in a nearby neighborhood. It had a spacious backyard for their children to play in, a bright kitchen where Elena could cook her favorite meals, and a cozy living room perfect for family gatherings. It wasn't her childhood home, but it had potential. As they settled into their new house, Elena made a conscious effort to infuse it with the same warmth and love she had experienced growing up. She planted a garden in honor of her mother, filled with the same roses that had once bloomed in her old backyard. She set up a reading nook in a sunlit corner, just like her father had. Slowly but surely, the new house began to feel like home. Meanwhile, Carol's remorse was evident in her every action. She frequently visited, offering to help with anything Elena needed. She brought over home-cooked meals, helped with the kids, and even assisted in the garden. Her efforts were sincere, and Elena could see the guilt she carried. One evening, as they sat in the new garden, Carol turned to Elena, her voice trembling. I can't tell you how sorry I am, Elena. I acted out of misguided intentions, and I deeply regret the pain I've caused you. I hope one day you can forgive me. Elena looked at Carol, seeing not just her mother-in-law, but a woman who had made a grave mistake and was genuinely trying to make amends. Carol, I won't lie. It's been incredibly hard, but I see how much you're trying, and I appreciate it. Healing takes time, but I'm willing to try if you are. They sat in silence for a while, the only sound being the gentle rustle of leaves in the evening breeze. It was a step towards reconciliation, a small but significant beginning. As the months passed, Elena and Carol's relationship slowly mended. They worked together to create new traditions and shared experiences that helped bridge the gap left by the lost house. Carol's genuine remorse and efforts to make things right gradually rebuilt Elena's trust. Elena's children, too, played a crucial role in this healing process. Their laughter and joy brought life to the new house, filling it with the same warmth that Elena remembered from her childhood. Watching them grow and thrive in the new environment reminded Elena that home was indeed where her family was. One sunny afternoon, as Elena watched her children play in the backyard, she felt a sense of peace she hadn't felt in a long time. She realized that while the physical structure of her childhood home was gone, the love and memories it held had not disappeared. They lived on in her heart and in the new home she was building with her family. Elena walked over to the garden, where the roses her mother had loved were now in full bloom. She knelt down and gently touched a petal, feeling a connection to her past and a sense of hope for the future. She knew that her parents' legacy was not tied to a house, but to the love they had instilled in her. That love was now being passed down to her own children, creating a new legacy. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the garden, Elena felt a deep sense of gratitude. She had faced a great loss and betrayal, but through it, she had discovered the true meaning of home. It was a journey of forgiveness, healing, and the enduring strength of family bonds. And while the road had been difficult, Elena knew she had emerged stronger and more resilient. She had learned that home was not just a place but a feeling, a sanctuary created by the love and memories shared with those who mattered most. And in that realization, she found her peace. The Heart of Home, a journey of loss and forgiveness. Elena's world is turned upside down when she discovers that her mother in law, Carol, has sold her family home without her consent. The house, a cherished inheritance filled with memories of her late parents, was meant to be a sanctuary for Elena and her future family. Betrayed and heartbroken, Elena confronts Carol, only to find her mother in law consumed with guilt and remorse. As Elena grapples with the loss of her childhood home, she must navigate the complexities of forgiveness and rebuild her life in a new house. With the support of her loving husband, Michael, and the innocence of her children, Elena learns that home is more than just a place. It's the love and memories shared with family. In this poignant journey of loss, healing, and the enduring strength of family bonds, Elena discovers that the true heart of home lies within the people who fill it with love.